All right, we're going to spend some time looking at the project financials section. This is a pretty comprehensive area where you set up everything to do that's financial about your project. So we've looked at, we just created the Dartmouth University landscape plan project. Let's assign it a simple $10,000 fee. And we're going to set up maybe some expenses on top of the fee. So we'll set up a $1,000 expense. You might want to give your expense a description, what's included on that. If the project does have a purchase order that's assigned from your client, you can copy that in here. That purchase order will make its way over into future invoices. And let's set up as well a new contractor. Here we'll set up a purchase order for a contractor. So we can set up a lot of these. Once you set it up the first time, it will remember that last person that you set up, and you're able to recall them again. You put in a description, traffic report, assign them a fee, say $1,200, and you can set whether they have expenses or not. And you can assign the due date. So let's assign that end of the month. We'll save that purchase order. So now what you'll see is that we've got a total fee. The job started at $10,000, and we've taken $1,200 out of that fee. So that gives our company fee at $8,800, but the total to invoice is $11,000, which is the $10,000 plus the expenses. So we've pretty much set up that project now. We can as well drag, if you've got a PDF of the proposal, we can drag that PDF into the proposal file, and that way you keep track of that. If you ever need to edit the purchase order, we can go back into the purchase order, and again, you can download that so that we can see that as a PDF file. You can send that PDF then off to your subconsultant. I'm going to close that. Now, as well, if you're working through the project and there tends to be some scope changes, we can go in. Let's say there's some additional work, a new phase for extra concepts here, and we'll say that there's another $1,000 that's been assigned. You can set the date of that and maybe give it a description, assign it to a division, and then submit that. Once that's been submitted, that's going to update your company fee because that scope change is assigned to your company. And it could be that the scope change is a partial scope change with a subconsultant. So we maybe $1,000 is split between you and your subconsultant. So I can up their purchase order, add $500 to them, and that means $500 goes to me. But initially, when you do the scope change, since it's assumed that you're the group that's going to be invoicing the client directly, that scope change is assigned to you as a firm, and that will increase. Now we're up to $12,000 in fees to invoice, and our company's fees out of that $12,000 is the $9,800, which is the addition of the scope change plus the original fee, plus the expenses, minus the purchase order for the subconsultant. Again, once you're done, just click Update here, and that refreshes the screen. So we're going to move on to another video where we'll look at the setting up the rates.